It's race day at the prestigious Prince of Wales Stakes in Fort Erie, and the air is thick with excitement. It's a race full of charm, where favorites are cheered on with hope, and the underdogs are greeted with eager anticipation. The sun casts a golden glow over the lush track at Fort Erie, as the world's top horses gather to compete for glory. Among them is Mazzetti, the impressive winner of the 166th King's Plate, will attempt to take the next step toward the elusive Triple Crown bid. Jockey Pietro Moran knows what type of horse he is riding. Quoted as saying, "You definitely need a special kind of horse if you want to have a shot at the Triple Crown, and I think we've got one here with Mazzetti." He headlines a field of 7 Canadian foaled 3-year-olds. On the dirt, nothing is certain. A dramatic upset is always thrilling, especially in a high-stakes race like the Prince of Wales Stakes. Faber, runaway again, scorching. All could deliver a surprise performance and snatch victory from under the nose of the favorite. As each horse steps onto the track, the excitement grows exponentially. Eyes fixed on the parade of athletes as they make their way into position. With every step they take, the tension rises, and the atmosphere becomes electric, charged with the thrill of what's about to unfold. As each horse steps forward and enters the starting gate, the anticipation in the air becomes almost electric. The crowd grows silent, eyes fixed on the runners, each one carrying the hopes of their connections and fans. With every hoof that touches the ground, the tension builds, and the sense of something extraordinary about to unfold becomes undeniable. The horses are poised, muscles taut and ready, as the final moments before the race tick by. You can almost feel the heartbeat of the crowd matching the rhythm of the horse's breath, each one waiting for that split second when the gates will open and the race begins.
And they're off in the Prince of Wales. De Wolf took a right-hand turn at the start, Scorching going for the early lead with Mazzetti, who didn't break as sharply as he did in the plate. Ashley's Archer also showing up with Humber River. Runaway again tucks in from 5th on the inside. The early trailer will be Faber. They race under the wire for the first time, and Mazzetti puts the neck in front of Scorching. Runaway again is in striking position from the inside. Ashley's Archer 3 deep, and widest of all is Humber River. De Wolf moving into the pack, and Faber continues to trail. 23 seconds flat for a quick opening quarter. Mazzetti not getting things all his way. He's being pressed by Scorching and Ashley's Archer. Runaway again waits from 4th. Humber River has been 4 deep. De Wolf has split those horses. Faber is now still trailing. The half was 46-4. It is still Mazzetti being pressed by Scorching as Ashley's Archer backs off a bit, about to be passed by Runaway again from the rail. Humber River is a clear 5th now, with De Wolf saving ground and Faber still at the back. They race within the final half mile, and now Mazzetti spurts a length and a half clear of Scorching. Runaway again asks for more from 3rd, saving ground as they pass 3/4 in 1:10-3. Here comes Faber with momentum from the back. It's Mazzetti. Runaway again comes off the rail to apply the pressure as Scorching begins to tire. Faber swings 3 deep with a 1/4 mile left to go in the Prince of Wales. It's Mazzetti. He's responded to the challenge of Runaway again, and he's up by 2 at the head of the lane. Mazzetti leads the charge. Runaway again is trying. They've opened up 4 lengths on Faber, who's rallied from last. Mazzetti still up by 2. Runaway again tries desperately from 2nd, but Mazzetti is finding enough. Runaway again is there. Runaway again surging late, and Runaway again gets up. Runaway again and Ryan Munger win the Prince of Wales.
Runaway again defied all expectations and surged past Mazzetti at the wire, delivering a thrilling upset in the Prince of Wales Stakes. As the horses thundered down the final stretch, it seemed like Mazzetti had the race all but locked up, holding a commanding lead. But Runaway again, with a burst of heart and grit, found another gear and charged forward, edging closer with each stride. In the final moments, and in a dramatic finish, Runaway Again nipped Mazzetti at the line, securing a shocking but well-earned victory, witnessing an unforgettable moment in racing history. The return of jockey Ryan Munger made all the difference in the race for Runaway Again. In a moment that will be remembered for years to come, Runaway Again triumphed in the 90th running of the Prince of Wales Stakes, etching its name into the annals of racing legends. The underdog, with sheer determination and a heart full of grit, charged down the final stretch to cross the line first as Runaway Again claimed victory in this prestigious race, proving that with the right blend of talent and tenacity, anything is possible.
Well, last year it was Vitality for Stronach Stables. This year it's Runaway Again. It was a supplement into the Prince of Wales Stakes. A beautiful trip from Ryan Munger. And Ryan, you obviously parted ways for the King's Plate, but on debut, this horse ran really well. And knowing how he ran on debut, did you have a lot of confidence in him today?
I did, actually. You know, he's a beautiful horse. You know, he's a classy horse. The way he won first time out, that's what I was expecting to come to the races today. And, you know, the King's Plate, second time out, it's a very tough race, but you know, I managed to get on him after that race and he came out of the run so good. So, you know, Siddharth, thank you so much. You know, he said, if we come to Fort Erie, you riding him. I got my mount back, and he did all the hard work. He got the horse right, and well, I just jumped on him a couple of times to feel all's good in order. And yeah, all kudos to Siddharth, to Mr. Stronach. Oh, I'm so grateful to have a big winner in his colours. It's always great, but you know, for someone who's put so much into racing in Canada, Mr. Stronach, thank you so much. And I'm just truly stoked to be here. I'm over the moon.
In terms of your strategy going into the race, there was a fair bit of speed on paper, but was that sort of your intentions to try to save some ground and just sit off of them?
It was. You know, he is a bit of a quirky horse, so I did have to play the brake. You know, you can't rustle him and bustle him. You have to be kind to him. He's kind of like a filly. You got to treat him sweet and kind, and I think that's why he gets on with me. And yeah, he broke quite good. And when I saw Mansetti and a few of the pace horses go like I thought they would, I thought, oh, I'm in a golden spot. And I didn't panic. I just followed through. I just said, wherever Mansetti is, I'm just going to follow him through. And at the top of the straights, if I've got horse, he'll beat him. And yeah, fortunately, Mansetti just started to trade water at the end. And that's when he knuckled down and found his feet for a very good one.
We're going to talk to the boss man here, Sid Attard. And Sid, now you can add that Canadian Classic to your resume. Your resume is extensive. There's a lot on it, but Prince of Wales wasn't on there. But how happy are you with this horse and all of the tests that he's had to kind of attend to and to try to overcome? And now his third career start, his second wins in the second duel of the Canadian Triple Crown.
This horse is all show class. Like, he trained good, he worked very good all the time. And I talked to Mr. Stronach, what do you think? He said, go for it. He never give me trouble, just go for it. And I'm glad we did. And he come to this race very, very good. Sharp, feeling good. We shipped him yesterday to my friend Danny Wills here, and he was very quiet and good. And here we are.
Nice to see that he can compete on the dirt. Maybe you'll have options elsewhere in the future, but knowing that he was able to now stretch out to a mile and 3/16, I know he didn't win the plate, but he wins this. Is there any chance you do try him on the turf in a couple weeks?
Well, we worked once on the grass. He worked very good. He worked mainly the flat. We'll see how he come back, and we'll play it by ear. We ask the boss, and if he say go, we'll go.
Awesome, Sid. Congratulations on a huge performance, and I hope you enjoy the celebrations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
In this unforgettable moment, the horse not only secured a monumental win, but also cemented its place among the greats, its name forever tied to one of the sport's most iconic events. The Prince of Wales Stakes. Who will win next year? Only time will tell who will emerge victorious. But one thing is certain. The 2026 Prince of Wales Stakes will be a race for the ages.
And they're off. Silver Bullet Lady was out well, as was Crimson Knights from the center, and now Creative Performance hustled along for speed as Safalo moves up on the far outside, and along the rail, Nicole Song. 5 vying for the early lead, and that leaves Rifling, the trailer, as they start to spread themselves out and are now 5 lengths front to back. A narrow lead to Long Shot, Creative Performance being hounded by Nicole's Song to the rail. Safalo is pressing 3 deep as they race into the turn. The opening quarter was 22-3. Crimson Knights and Silver Bullet Lady are well spotted behind this dueling trio, and then it's 6 more lengths back to Rifling. 5/16 of a mile left to travel. Creative Performance still hounding Nicole's Song, who's put the head in front. Safalo comes under a ride and is not responding. Crimson Knights moving well along the rail, just needs somewhere to go, and now the room opens up as they swing for the drive. The half was 45-3. Crimson Knights skimming the paint. It's Crimson Knights. Here comes Rifling down the far outside, trying to come from last. Crimson Knights, Nicole's Song sticking on gamely. Rifling is coming, but still has 2 lengths to make up. It's Crimson Knights getting the advantage. Nicole's Song is there, but Crimson Knights prevails. Crimson Knights by a head over Nicole's Song. Rifling then Silver Bullet Lady, 111-1. 111 flat. And they're off. A very level beginning, getting ahead, going straight to the lead from the center of the gate. Tugging at the rider from the center of the gate is Mo Twilight. Deep on the course, Julie's Mist. Here comes Addie Bug and Tamina also vying for position as now Julie's Mist drops back to last. The whole field is bunched up by 3 lengths as they race down the backside, but it's getting ahead at 3-5, making the pace under Ishmael Mascara. The opening quarter was 22-1. Tamina tracks from second. It's a stack of 3 behind her. Addie Bug, Mo Twilight, and Hot Omelet racing widest, and Julie's Mist trails the field. Getting ahead is Cruz to a 5, now 6 length advantage as they race midway round the turn. Addie Bug is now a clear second as Tamina struggles to negotiate the turn. Hot Omelet racing widest, Mo Twilight along the fence, and Julie's Mist at the back. 45-3, it's a quick half mile, but nobody's threatened getting ahead. 1/8 of a mile left to go and 6 lengths of cushion as they race down the stretch. It is getting ahead, living up to the 3-5 promise. Addie Bug trying from second, but not doing enough. Getting ahead delivers. Getting ahead in Ishmael Mascara by 5. Addie Bug, a game performance. Mo Twilight was third, and then Julie's Mist. 109-3. And they're off. My Math is Correct was out sharply with Vindicated along the inside. Roll the Credits looking for position. Team Talabat is deep on the course from 4th with I Like It When It Snows to his inside. Racing towards the back are Mariachi Loco, and the trailer is Empower. It is My Math is Correct who shot clear to a 2.5 length advantage. Roll the Credits is sharing second with Vindicated, 2 lengths better than I Like It When It Snows, and Team Talabat. They race the opening quarter in 22-2. Mariachi Loco is racing in 6th on the inside, and Empower still trails. They race into the turn. It's still My Math is Correct, unchallenged on the lead. He's opened up 4. Vindicated asked for a little more from second with Roll the Credit, still racing 3 lengths better than the trio of Team Talabat, Mariachi Loco, and I Like It When It Snows. Empower swinging to the far outside, trying to close from last, but there's a lot of ground to make up on My Math is Correct, who's opened up 7 lengths at the 8th pole. My Math is Correct, and Pierre Mailhot putting on a clinic here. Vindicated is second, trying to hold that position from Mariachi Loco, but My Math is Correct, a dominant performance. My Math is Correct by 9. Mariachi Loco rallied to be second. Vindicated held third from Empower, 110 flat. And they're off. Holiday in Jail was out sharply with Tap Room. Sadie My Lady tugging at the rider early. Princess Buchero takes back to 4th, racing on the inside of In It to Win It. Towards the back early are Fix Your Hair Up Pretty and Ghostly Perfection. It is Tap Room who sprinted away from Holiday in Jail and opened up 2 lengths. Sadie My Lady is racing in 3rd, a little rank on the inside of In It to Win It. Then we have Ghostly Perfection, who's advanced into 5th, racing on the outside of Princess Buchero, and that leaves Fix Your Hair Up Pretty as the trailer. The opening quarter was a sensible 24-1, the pace still being made by Tap Room, who's up by a length and a half over Holiday in Jail. Sadie My Lady has room to move up on the inside. In It to Win It, getting a wide trip this time, 2 lengths better than Ghostly Perfection. Princess Buchero still next, and Fix Your Hair Up Pretty is still at the back. They race into the far turn. They still have 2 lengths to make up on Tap Room, now 3. Holiday in Jail is a clear second. In It to Win It third. Sadie My Lady begins to tire. She's been passed by Ghostly Perfection, who's moving well from 4th. Here comes Princess Buchero to launch a rally with Fix Your Hair Up Pretty. They swing for the drive. It's Tap Room looking to go gate to wire. Holiday in Jail is second. In It to Win It is third. Ghostly Perfection next. Fix Your Hair Up Pretty coming well from the back, but it's still Tap Room on top. Tap Room by 2. Here comes In It to Win It. Holiday in Jail still there. Ghostly Perfection. Tap Room clinging to the lead. Here comes the wire. It's Tap Room. In It to Win It. One last push, but Tap Room holds on. Tap Room over a photo for place between In It to Win It and Holiday in Jail, then Ghostly Perfection. 126 flat. And they're off in the La Cinquia Massey Cup. Victory March broke slowly. Straight to the lead is Truly Mischief with Leo Salas with Mia and Me tracking from the outside. Kitty Holiday is going to land in 3rd early as Victory March begins to reel in the pack. It is Truly Mischief bursting clear to a 5-length advantage as they race down the backside. Kitty Holiday is racing in 2nd. Victory marches into third on the outside, and the new trailer is Kitty Holiday. A half mile to travel. The opening quarter was 22-1. Truly Mischief is going to try and take this field gate to wire. Kitty Holiday is racing in second. Victory March is biding his time from third on the outside, with Kitty Holiday trailing the field. They still have 4 lengths to make up on Truly Mischief. He reached the half in 44-1. Victory March waiting for Zenteno to say go. Mia and Me racing in the center with Kitty Holiday saving ground. At the head of the lane, it's Truly Mischief. He's still clear with just over a furlong to go. Victory March down the far outside. Kitty Holiday on the rail. Mia and Me between them. It's Truly Mischief. He's drifting out still with a 2-length lead. Here comes Victory March down the far outside. Truly Mischief. Victory March is coming. Victory March gets up. Victory March wins the Helsinki MSA Cup. Truly Mischief over Kitty Holiday, then Mia and Me, 1:16-4. And they're off in the Rondo Bay. Wozniacki was out very well from the outside. Ruthless Action towards the rail is going for the lead. In between horses, here comes Take My Bourbon Neat. 3 across the track as they race out of the chute. Miss Pierre is forwardly placed in 4th, with the stablemate Silent Strike to her outside. Then Forrester's Exec, Rhaenyra deep on the course, Brengan Girl. The trailing duo are Sweet Passions and Zippy Gamble. The opening quarter was 22-1. It's Take My Bourbon Neat and Sofia Vives leading the charge, 1.5 lengths to Wozniacki. Ruthless Action is being joined by Rhaenyra on the outside. Miss Pierre begins to stall. Silent Strike moving well on the rail with Forrester's Exec. Sweet Passions moving wide. Brengan Girl in traffic and well back to Zippy Gamble. Midway round the turn, the half was 44-2. Vives asked for a little more from Take My Bourbon Neat, and she spurts 3 lengths clear. Ruthless Action going better than Wozniacki as they turn for home. Not today for Rhaenyra. Silent Strike is next. It's still Take My Bourbon Neat on top. Ruthless Action looks like the threat from second, but still has 4 lengths to make up. Wozniacki, a late charge from Brengan Girl, but Take My Bourbon Neat will cruise in to go gate to wire in the Rondo Bay. It's Take My Bourbon Neat and Sofia Vives. Ruthless Action, then Brengan Girl and Miss Pierre, 1:16-2. And they're off in the Lake Erie. Video evidence and Go-Kart Mozart both showing speed from the inside. Deputy Daddy and Sunday's Well race together with Dark Screen. Then we have Back River racing towards the back with Glint in Daddy's Eye, and the early trailer will be Awesome Rainbow. It is Video Evidence and Kirk Johnson opening up a length on Go-Kart Mozart. They are well bunched early. Deputy Daddy is next. Deep on the course is Dark Screen. Between horses is Sunday's Well. Room up the inside for Back River to move into contention as they pass the quarter in 22 seconds flat. Awesome Rainbow is racing in 7th, and the new trailer is Glinton Daddy's Eye. 3 furlongs to travel in the Lake Erie. It's video evidence by a head over Go-Kart Mozart. Dark Screen asks for a little more, moving into 3rd, challenging the leaders. Back River is there from 4th. Deputy Daddy riding along, not responding from 5th. Well back to Glinton Daddy's Eye. Awesome Rainbow, and the new trailer is Sunday's Well. 44 and 3 to the half. They reach the head of the lane. Back River has found room and is angled out to Luma. Threat to Go-Kart Mozart. Video evidence still there. Dark Screen is stalled. It is Go-Kart Mozart, but Back River looking to pull off an upset. Back River, Go-Kart Mozart. Go-Kart Mozart finding enough. Vives with a stakes double. It's Go-Kart Mozart. Go-Kart Mozart over 60 to 1 long shot. Back River, then Glinton Daddy's Eye in video evidence. 117 and 1. And they're off in the Molson Cup. Kid Gizmo was away alertly. Moral Turpitude down towards the fences looking for position, and from the far outside, Thunder Heavy Rain. Menagerie is taking back to a stalking spot from the inside. Emerald Lake is towards the back, racing a bit rank, with Heberday and Miss saving ground and Gambler's Pose between them. The early trailer off the fence is Turf and Surf. From the rail, it is Moral Turpitude who skipped out to set the pace. The opening quarter was a soft 24 and 2. Kid Gizmo is tracking from 2nd. Thunder Heavy Rain racing 3 deep. Good position for Menagerie from 4th on the inside, 2 lengths off the leaders. It's another 2 to Emerald Lake racing on the outside of Heberday and Miss. Turf and Surf is off the fence and is past Gambler's Pose, who trails into the backside. It is Moral Turpitude and Jeffrey Alderson leading the charge midway down the backstretch, 50 and 1, a very moderate pace being set. Kid Gizmo at 8 to 5 is still watching from 2nd. Menagerie in striking position from 3rd. Thunder Heavy Rain has been 3 wide throughout. Emerald Lake is into 5th with Heberday and Miss. Turf and Surf has a lot of work to do. Gambler's Pose trails. They race into the far turn. It is still Moral Turpitude unchallenged on the lead. She's opened up 2. Kid Gizmo is 2nd. Thunder Heavy Rain is about to be joined by Emerald Lake from 4th. Not today for Menagerie. Turf and Surf still has 8 lengths to make up. They swing for the drive. It's Moral Turpitude still on top. Kid Gizmo right there from 2nd. Late rally from Emerald Lake. Moral Turpitude. Here's Kid Gizmo. Kid Gizmo and Moral Turpitude. Late charge from Thunder Heavy Rain. Who's finding more? Thunder Heavy Rain. Kid Gizmo. Thunder Heavy Rain up the inside. Thunder Heavy Rain. Thunder Heavy Rain over Kid Gizmo, Emerald Lake, and Turf and Surf. 146 and 3. And they're off in the Prince of Wales. DeWolf took a right-hand turn at the start. Scorching going for the early lead with Mancetti, who didn't break as sharply as he did in the plate. Ashley's Archer also showing up with Humber River. Runaway again tucks in from 5th on the inside. The early trailer will be Favor. They race under the wire for the first time, and Mansetti puts the neck in front of Scorching. Runaway again is in striking position from the inside. Ashley's Archer 3 deep, and widest of all is Humber River. DeWolf moving into the pack, and Faber continues to trail. 23 seconds flat for a quick opening quarter. Mansetti not getting things all his way. He's being pressed by Scorching and Ashley's Archer. Runaway again waits from fourth. Humber River has been 4 deep. DeWolf has split those horses. Faber is now still trailing. The half was 46-4. It is still Mansetti being pressed by Scorching as Ashley's Archer backs off a bit, about to be passed by Runaway again from the rail. Humber River is a clear fifth now with DeWolf saving ground and Faber still at the back. They race within the final half mile, and now Mansetti spurts a length and a half clear of Scorching. Runaway again, asked for more from third, saving ground as they pass 3/4 and 1:10-3. Here comes Faber with momentum from the back. It's Mansetti. Runaway again comes off the rail to apply the pressure as Scorching begins to tire. Faber swings 3 deep with a 1/4 mile left to go in the Prince of Wales. It's Mansetti. He's responded to the challenge of Runaway again, and he's up by 2 at the head of the lane. Mansetti leads the charge. Runaway again is trying. They've opened up 4 lengths on Faber, who's rallied from last. Mansetti still up by 2. Runaway again tries desperately from second, but Mansetti is finding enough. Runaway again is there. Runaway again surging late, and Runaway again gets up. Runaway again and Ryan Munger win the Prince of Wales. Mansetti, a heartbreaking defeat. Faber was third, then well back to Scorching, 1:55-3. And they're off. Perfect beginning. Speedy Lady broke alertly and is going to make the early pace with Brilliant Disguise coming up the inside. More Gala Lady also going to be forwardly placed with Little Alexa stalking from fourth on the inside of Towns of Breeze. It's a gap of 3 to Olivia's Melody, and the trailer is Mike and the Viking. 3 across the track as they race down the backside. A narrow advantage to Speedy Lady, being hounded by Brilliant Disguise as they pass the quarter in 22-2. More Gala Lady presses 3 deep. Towns of Breeze and Little Alexa share position, stalking from the inside. 5 more lengths to Olivia's Melody and Mike and the Viking. Midway round the turn, it's Brilliant Disguise and Speedy Lady head and head with just over a 1/4 mile to travel. Little Alexa is moving well on the inside with more Gala Lady. Towns of Breeze asked for more as they pass the half in 45-3. They swing for the drive. It's Speedy Lady trying to shake loose of Brilliant Disguise. Towns of Breeze has racing room down the outside as Little Alexa is still there from the rail. Deep on the course, here comes Mike and the Viking. It's Speedy Lady, Towns of Breeze, Little Alexa. Brilliant Disguise fights back on the rail, but Speedy Lady will prove best. Speedy Lady prevails under Chris Husbands over Brilliant Disguise, Towns of Breeze, and a late charging Olivia's Melody, 1:11-3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fort Erie Racetrack for another week of thoroughbred racing here at the Border Oval. We'd like to thank everybody who joined us last Tuesday and helped make the 90th running of the Prince of Wales a tremendous success. We are back with a card of 6 races today. Main track is fast, the turf is firm. 24 Celsius or 76 Fahrenheit with an 8-mile-per-hour wind coming out of the east. 29 minutes to first post. Visit our website, fortierieracing.com, for information about everything going on here at the track. Tune into the pre-race show for info about the track conditions, scratches and changes, handicapping analysis, and info about upcoming races and events. Racing is back tomorrow at Fort Erie. Post time will be 3 o'clock. Fort Erie's Track-A-Lantern returns on Monday, October 13th. Starting at noon, kids in costume can trick-or-treat around the track. Closing day will be Fort Erie's Fan Appreciation Day. That's Tuesday, October 21st. Post time is 12:15. We'll have free programs, prize draws between races, and a mandatory jackpot high-five payout. Be sure to book your table in the Turfside Dining Room, open on live racing days. Reservations are recommended. Head down to the Paddock Shack for burgers, hot dogs, sausages, fries, and poutine, plus beer and soft drinks, located near the walking ring. Treat your team to an exciting day at the races. It's only $12.39 per person. The track pack includes 1 food item, 1 drink, and a Fort Erie live racing program. For more information, go to our website. Become a member of HPIBet.com today. Get $100 when you bet $100, plus your first bet is on us. We're having non-winning ticket draws today at Fort Erie. Put your name and phone number on the back of your non-winning tickets and drop them in the basket at customer service to enter the prize draw. Today's prize draw features a 90th Prince of Wales coffee mug. Tune into your TV Niagara for the Fort Erie Race Replay Show, Channel 700, Thursdays at 10:30 and Saturdays at 10. Fort Erie is proud to partner with Oneida New Holland of Niagara. We'd like to thank them for providing us with a new tractor for maintenance this season. We'd also like to say thank you to our new partners at True Green Professional Lawn Care, who have been helping us keep the grass looking green and lush. Shout out to our partners at Downtown Dental Center, led by dentist and owner Dr. Amika George. Downtown Dental, your smile deserves the best. And shout out to our new partners at All-in-One Legal. If you have legal hurdles, you can bet on All-in-One. Smoking is allowed in designated areas only at Fort Erie Racetrack. No food or beverage are allowed in these areas, and no cannabis is allowed on the property. Up next are today's changes. Race 1 is clear, no changes in the first. Race 2 is also clear, no changes in race 2. Race 3, we have an overweight on the number 6 Rolling Rocks. The rider will be 2 pounds over at 122. Race 4, we have an overweight on the number 1 Crafty Oaks. The rider will be 1 pound over at 120. Race 5 is clear, no changes in the 5th. And in race 6, Stewart scratched the also eligibles 11, 12, and 13. Take out the also eligibles. Back again for another week of live racing here from Fort Erie Racetrack, fast and firm for today's 6-race card. Let's take a look at our selections for today's program. Race 1 is a claiming race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2. 62.50 down to 6,000. 5.5 furlongs is the distance. Early pick 4 starts here. It is a field of 5 to kick off this Monday here at Fort Erie Racetrack. Me and Ashley have gone the same direction here. The number 5, Last Glimmer, making her 3rd start here at Fort Erie. She ran good on the turf back on August 26th, came back on September 8th last week and ran a nice 2nd, closing to be 2nd behind Silent Passion. This race looks like it should have a fair bit of speed for her to rally into. You've got Juan Crawford riding for trainer Steve Cathcart. Number 1, Sky Divine, was able to go gate to wire in a pretty soft maiden special weight on September the 2nd. Got very easy fractions for a 5-furlong race and was never really threatened. Drops in for 62.50 for her first start against Winners, which is probably a wise placing. Kirk Johnson going to ride this one for Julie Mathis. Number 4, Let's Be First, made her Fort Erie debut last week in the same race that Last Glimmer exits coming down from Woodbine. Made the lead and got a little tired at the end, finished 3rd. A length behind Last Glimmer. She's going to have some other speed to deal with Sky Divine and maybe Danish Belle. We'll see if Let's Be First performs a little better in her first start off the claim for Lauren Spada. Alexis Sanchez will ride. Race 2 is an allowance race for 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3 races. We're going 6 furlongs to kick off the pick 5 on today's card. Another field of 5 going to go to gate here. My top choice is the number 4, People Are People, making his second start off the claim for Julie Mathis and Bruno Chickadans. Won the day he was claimed in an 8,000 non-winners of 2, then tried the non-winners of 3 allowance level, and ran a very good second behind Glinton Daddy's Eye, who came back to race well in the Lake Erie Stakes last week. I just think he is the classiest horse in this race. He loves the Fort Erie dirt, 2 wins and a third over the surface. Juan Crawford in the saddle for Julie Mathis. Second choice is the number 3, Happy Quad, who tried a mile 70 route last time, was pressed on the lead and got tired to be a distant 4th. When he was sprinting in his Fort Erie debut on August 17th, he ran a pretty good 4th, beaten 2 3/4 behind the speedy Video Evidence on a sloppy track. I think cutting back to 6 furlongs will be a good move for Happy Quad. Leo Salas will ride this one for Noel Williams and Bermuda Blue Farm. Number 1, It's Just Money, took on a pretty solid starter optional 10 group last time and finished 4th by 4 3/4. You look 3 starts ago, he ran a very good second behind If You Insist at this non-winners of 3 allowance level, so you know he's capable of being competitive. Kirk Johnson riding for George Newland. Race 3 is our first turf race of the day. It is a claiming race for fillies and mares which have never won 2, going about 7 furlongs for a claiming price of $4,000. Field of 7, going to kick off the late pick 4 on this card. I've gone to the number 2, Shameless Affair. I was disappointed with her race on August 26th, but there was absolutely no speed to rally into. The top 2 were 1-2 every step of the way. She did make a run down the backside and just flattened out. I think with a better setup, this horse is very capable of winning this race. She draws a good post. Melanie Pinto rides this one for the second start off the claim for the Mike Blake barn. Number 7, Miss Ozige, likely to be favored here. She was a dominant maiden $4,000 winner in her Fort Erie debut on August 25th when coming down for trainer Donnie McRae. They've left this filly with Gary Chidobiak here. Cheyenne Kerr will retain the mount. Had a very easy trip that day, was able to slip up the inside. Today she's got to maneuver a trip from the outside post, and you've got to face winners. And I'm just not sure what she beat in that maiden 4. Definitely has a good shot to double up, but is going to have to work a little harder this time. Then for the show spot, number 4, Impeccable Timing. Actually outfinished Shameless Affair last time when finishing 4th by 2 1/4. That was her first start since July 13th. She was a very easy maiden 62.50 winner back on July 13th. Juan Crawford rides this one for Roy Agostino and Michael Bellissimo. Race 4 is a claiming race for 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race this year or which have never won 4. 62.50 down to 6,000. 5 furlongs is the distance. Final pick 3 of the day starts here. I think we're going to have a big favorite in the form of number 4, Grand Ambition. Grand Ambition has won his last 2 starts very easily. He's fast enough to make the lead, go a half in 44 and change, and kick on to win in these 5 furlong sprints. Big Time Louie came back to win on August 26th when he was second on August 5th behind Grand Ambition. So we know Grand Ambition can beat a horse like Big Time Louie. I just think he's the fastest out of the gate. Juan Crawford rides this one for Tony Adamo and Icon Racing Stables, who won the Rondo Bay on Prince of Wales Day. Number 5, Big Time Louie, as I said, was second best behind Grand Ambition on August 5th. Came back 3 weeks later going 6 furlongs and was able to go gate to wire by 2 3/4 lengths. 14-time winner in 42 starts, 8-year-old, always shows up, runs his race every time. Just a solid horse. You can never really leave Big Time Louie out. Then for the show spot, I've gone with the filly, Crafty Oaks, dropping in for 6,000. Beaten a half length by Traves, who came back to win the Horse People's Luminary Cup in her last start in a starter optional on August 18th. They're being aggressive with this one. They've done well with her. They claimed her for 5 at the end of the year at Woodbine. She's not been worse than 3rd so far this year. Drops in for 6, has to take on the boys, but definitely looks competitive. Jeffrey Alderson rides this one for Tony Alderson. Race 5 is a claiming race for 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race this year or which have never won 4. 5,000 down to 47.50, 6 furlongs the distance. Field of 7 to kick off the late double here. I'm going with the number 5, Dream On Baby. I think this is a very competitive race, though. Dream On Baby has rallied to be second and then third in his 2 Fort Erie starts. Last time third behind the back classy Palace Prince, and Forest Flash, he's a nice horse. 2 starts ago was second best behind Hixie, who had a very easy lead in the slot. I think there should be a little bit of pace on in this race to set things up for Dream On Baby. Chris Husband's leading rider rides this one for Kevin Buttigieg. Number 2, Back to Reality, was claimed by Adamo and Icon back in June for 62.50. Ran 4th that day behind Truly Mischief. Obviously taking some time to get this one back to the races. Was a vet scratch back on July 13th. If he's good enough, if he's ready to go, he's good enough to win this race. He's got some speed out of the gate. It's just a matter of what he's ready to do off of the 3-month break. Zerrell Ford will be riding this one. Then on the inside, number 1, Hixie, got an easy lead in the slop on August 17th and was never threatened. Kick clear to win by 4.5. Races on a fast track today. And he's definitely been better over wet courses, but he is capable of winning on a fast track. If he gets loose on the lead again, he might be tough to run down. Matthew Dennis rides this one for trainer Joe Humber. Last race of the day, race 6 is a claiming race for 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3. We're going about 7 furlongs on the turf course for $62.50 down to $6,000. The Jackpot High 5 starts fresh here after the mandatory payout last Tuesday. And we've got a field of 10 set to go here. I've gone to the number 2, Royal Quality, who rallied and was just second best behind a very game Fast and Ready at this level on August 12th. Draws a good post. Leo Sala is going to ride this one for Roy Augustino and Michael Bellissimo. Definitely likes the Fort Erie turf based on that last effort. Should be in the hunt. Number 8, Forest Woodsman, had a very nice trip tracking the pace setter and then kick clear to win an 8,000 non-winners of 2 over this course on September 1st. My issue with Forest Woodsman here is that he wants someone to chase. He definitely ran better when he had a target instead of going to the lead, and I don't know who else is going to show speed here. This is kind of a paceless race, and he might end up on the lead by default. We'll see if Jeffrey Alderson can work out a trip. Danny Wills trains this one. If he gets his trip, definitely a big threat to double up, arguably the horse to beat. Then I'm going with a long shot, number 3, Rescue That Girl, in for the show spot. Reared up in the gate and was vet scratched on September 2nd, but comes back here. Really rallied nicely to be 5th on August 25th. He was really, really far back and finished very well when 5th behind Storm and Dave. Really likes the turf course. Might be a little closer this time. Alexis Sanchez rides this one for Steve Cathcart. I think at a price, this is one to include. 17 minutes to today's first post. Best of luck with all of your wagers and enjoy your day here at Fort Erie Racetrack.
It's easy to make a bet on HPIBet.com. Follow these simple steps and you'll be betting in no time. First, go to the HPIBet.com website. Sign in to your HPI Bet account. Find the track and race you want to bet on. Click on the Place Bet button. Click on the bet type you want to wager with. Click on the amount you want to wager. Click on the horse you want to wager on. Click on the green Place Bet button. Review your bet confirmation information. It's all done. Remember, all this can be done on most mobile devices. Now cheer on your pick to victory.
We kick things off here on the main track at 5.5 furlongs for fillies and mares that have not won 2 races in their career, and a claiming price of $6,250. It's a tough little race. I know it's a compact field, but obviously with this level, it gets a little tough to trust some of these horses. And I will go to the outside in here with the 5 Last Glimmer as the top pick. I think looking at her in her 2 starts now since joining the Stephen Cathcart barn, and really even the last 3 starts, she's been consistent. She hasn't been able to pick up the second win, but I thought last time out she ran well behind Silent Passion. She was closing from the back of the pack, and I liked the way that she closed. Obviously now she's going to have to cut back in distance, but Silent Passion and Let's Be First, the 3rd place finisher, they were, much further ahead in the early stages of the race. So she had a ton of work to do. I think she'll get a better trip here in this compact field from Juan Crawford. So she's going to be the top pick. Others to look at, I think the logical is the 1 Sky Divine. Only has that 1 local start here. It was a winning one, and that was back on September 2nd at the maiden special weight ranks. And she went to the front and she stayed in front. It wasn't necessarily the toughest of maiden special weights, but she performed as the favorite like she should have. And it just seemed getting here that she was able to take a step forward. So this is a good spot to find herself against winners for the first time. I think it's a really well-suited race for her. And she draws the inside, shows some early foot. They didn't go all that quick, though, in that maiden special weight event, so we'll see how forward she is. I think the inside might help her more than her natural early speed. And then finally, the number 4, Let's Be First. I think she's probably going to be the pace setter in here. She was, went in a race that went quicker and tried to face winners last time out for the first time at Fort Erie, at least. She had tried winners in her prior efforts, but just wasn't competitive, and it looked like her speed held better on this main track. So we'll see what she can do in here. I am concerned, though, that if others try to go with her, she may surrender. And in that case, that's why I feel like this race does go to the number 5 on the outside, Last Glimmer. I think if there's any sort of pace duel, she'll be in the right spot, ready to pounce. So 5-1-4 here in the opener for me.
Field is making their way on track for today's first race. Race 1 is a claiming race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races. Going for a claiming price of $62.50 down to $6,000, traveling a distance of 5 1/2 furlongs, competing for a purse of $21,150. Race 1 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, 20-cent pick 3, and 20-cent early pick 4 wagering. Race 1 post parade, number 1 is Sky Divine. Kirk Johnson rides for trainer Julie Mathis and owner David Mathis. Number 2 is Hyper Angel. Deshaun Bino has the call for trainer Anthony Husbands and owner Terra Horse Farm. If we'll come back to the 3, number 4 is Let's Be First, racing for Megan Finnessy. Alexis Sanchez riding for trainer Lauren Spada. On screen now, number 3, Danish Bell. Chris Husbands riding for trainer Kevin Buttigieg and owner Colebrook Farms. Completing the field, number 5, Last Glimmer. Juan Crawford riding for trainer Steve Cathcart and owner Andrew Stronach. Early pick 4 wagering starts here in the first. Starting gate is moving into position. Last call to get your race 1 wagers in. Even money favorite, the number 1, Sky Divine. 8-5 support on the number 5, Last Glimmer. Early pick 4 wagering starts here. The first of 6 on a Monday from Fort Erie Racetrack. Race 1 field is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. Field of 5 set to line up here for the opener. First in will be Sky Divine at even money under Kirk Johnson. Hyper Angel makes her Fort Erie debut with Deshaun Bino. Danish Belle, Chris Husbands in the Colebrook Silks. Goes up. Let's Be First with Alexis Sanchez. Last in will be Last Glimmer and Juan Crawford, now the even money favorite. All set. And they're off. A very clean break. Sky Divine out best from the rail with Danish Belle second. Third on the inside is Hyper Angel with Let's Be First racing in fourth. And the early trailer is Last Glimmer. They race down the backside. It is Sky Divine up a length and a half over Danish Belle, who's tracking from second. Hyper Angel is 3 lengths off the lead on the rail from third with Let's Be First on the outside, and racing widest as they go into the turn is Last Glimmer. The opening quarter was 22-1. It is Sky Divine who's clear to a 5-length advantage. Let's Be First is moving well on the outside with Hyper Angel. Those two are overtaking Danish Belle. Last Glimmer now asked for more from the back. Less than a quarter of a mile to go. Kirk Johnson sitting chilly on Sky Divine at the head of the lane. Hyper Angel is into second. Let's Be First is stalling. Last Glimmer trying to come from last, but they still have 8 lengths to make up on Sky Divine. Sky Divine broke sharply and made an easy lead. Hyper Angel is a clear second, but coming down to the wire, this is all Sky Divine. Sky Divine makes it 2 in a row under Kirk Johnson, wins by 5 at the wire. Hyper Angel, then Last Glimmer, Danish Belle, and Let's Be First, 105-1. Unofficial in race 1, the winner is number 1, Sky Divine. Second is the 2, Hyper Angel. Third, number 5, Last Glimmer. And fourth, number 3, Danish Belle. Unofficial race 1 order, 1, 2, 5, 3. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's first race, number 1, Sky Divine. Sky Divine is a 4-year-old bay filly by Sky Mesa out of Consulting, bred in Kentucky by Theta Holdings 1 Incorporated. Ridden to victory today by Kirk Johnson, Sky Divine is trained by Julie Mathis, who's assisted by Alicia Robillard. She's owned by David Mathis. Back-to-back wins for Sky Divine, her second win in 10 lifetime starts. She completes the 5.5 furlongs today in a time of 105-1. Congratulations to the connections of Sky Divine. Hold all tickets until race 1 is made official. Race 1 is now official. Prices are up. Sky Divine pays $7.60 to win, $4.80 and $2.10. Second, number 2, Hyper Angel, $10.20 to place, $2.60. Third, number 5, Last Glimmer, $2.10 to show. $2 exacta, 1-2, $56 even. The $1 try, 1-2-5, $34.25. $1 super, 1-2-5-3, $141.75. We're having non-winning ticket draws today at Fort Erie. Put your name and phone number on the back of your non-winning tickets and drop them in the basket at customer service to enter the prize draw. Today's prize draw features the Prince of Wales number 90 coffee mug. Race 2 is coming up in 18 minutes. There are no changes.
Race 2 is the dirt feature, an allowance event for non-winners of 3 life. 6 furlongs is the distance here on the main track. And number 4, People Are People, is the logical starting point. A horse that's had a very productive 2025 campaign. He's 5 for 6 in the money. He was able to win here on opening day to graduate, and then 2 starts back on August 4th. He was able to pick up his second lifetime win, and he's been quick in both of those. Has been forward, and then last time out, they put him at 6.5 furlongs. They had him a little further back, and he was simply second best. The winner, Glitton Daddy's Eyes, just had more to offer late, and I thought it was a good performance, first time in this barn, and it's just a logical spot to put him in, and I think we're going to see him use some of his early speed once again, and he could be extremely dangerous against this group. Now, the number 1, It's Just Money. 3 to 1's a little bit of a short price, but I think if you focus in on the race 3 back, and more recently there's a case to be made there. I think the effort 3 back over a muddy track, this horse had a lot of work to do after breaking not all the best, and still was second best in there. Did not like the effort at all when this one was favored, and that could probably leave a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth. But more recently, you have to remember that starter optional claiming competition, it's tough here when you have the likes of Stylish Gent have to reload cost basis. It was just a deep field, and I thought he ran, at least better than we saw on August 18th off a very short rest, 8 days rest. So now he's had a little bit more time to regroup. Draws the inside in here. He's not the fastest horse on paper, but he should get the right trip in here from Kirk Johnson, and I'm willing to use him here for a minor piece. Finally, on the outside, the number 5, Grand Spirited. He's showing up. He's trying. He just hasn't had enough, and last time out he was 3rd, a length and a quarter behind People Are People. I'm wondering what the tactics will be with this outside draw. I think looking at his races, my favorite race from him was the one on June 3rd. First off the layoff, where in that race he was further back early on and made one run. I don't think he necessarily wants to be chasing, so we'll see. Chris Husbands is booked to ride, and I think that is key here. Maybe the rider change can wake him up. Chris has been on a tear lately. Now we're going to ride for Richard Davis. So don't forget, this is the dirt feature. For me, I'm going to go with the number 4, People Are People. Good luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's second race. Race 2 is an allowance race for 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3 races, traveling a distance of 6 furlongs, competing for a purse of $25,050. Race 2 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, 20-cent pick 3, and 20-cent pick 5 wagering. Race 2 post parade. Number 1 is It's Just Money. Kirk Johnson rides for trainer George Newland and owner Shanique Johnson. Number 2 is Cantucci. Ishmael Mascara pilots for trainer Jeff Voice and owner Greg Atho. Bermuda Blue Farm own the number 3, Happy Quad. Leo Salas rides for trainer Noel Williams. Number 4 is People Are People. Juan Crawford in the saddle for trainer Julie Mathis and owner Bruno Schickadans. Completing the field, number 5, Grand Spirited, owned by Hesty Sport. Chris Husbands riding for trainer Richard Davis. 1 minute to post for race 2. Pick 5 wagering starts here. Field moving into the chute before the starting gate takes position. Not much time left to get your race 2 wagers in. 4 to 5 favorite, the number 4, People Are People. 4-1 on the number 1, It's Just Money, and the number 2, Cantucci. The pick 5 wager on today's card starts here. Starting gate about to take position. Last call to get your race 2 wagers in. Race 2 field is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. First in will be It's Just Money and Kirk Johnson. Cantucci, Ishmael Mascara. Happy Quad and Leo Salas. Even Money on People Are People with Juan Crawford. Last in will be Grand Spirited and Chris Husbands. Grand Spirited, hesitant to load. The others waiting patiently. Now Grand Spirited has gone in, all set. And they're off. It's Just Money broke a bit slowly. The other 4 all out well. Happy Quad from the center with People Are People and Cantucci. Grand Spirited is racing on the outside from 4th, 2 lengths better than the trailer. It's Just Money. It is Happy Quad with the neck in front of People Are People, and now Cantucci coming up the inside. Grand Spirited is watching this unfold from 4th, racing widest, and It's Just Money advancing along the rail. The opening quarter was 22-2. It is a cluster up front. Cantucci now with the lead as they go into the turn. 3 parts of a length over Happy Quad and People Are People, who's now into second. It's Just Money is 4th, 2.5 lengths off the leader, and Grand Spirited now trails. Midway round the turn, it's Cantucci up by a length with People Are People ridden along from second. Happy Quad is still in contention from third. It's Just Money angling off the inside with Grand Spirited. The half was 45 flat, and at the head of the lane, it is Cantucci who's opened up 2. Cantucci leads the way at the 8th pole. It's Just Money splitting horses, trying to rally from the back with People Are People there. Cantucci going to have to hold off a charging It's Just Money. It's Just Money coming down the far outside. It's Just Money, Cantucci. It's Just Money gets up. It's Just Money over Cantucci, then People Are People and Happy Quad, 1-10-1. Unofficial in race 2, the winner is number 1, It's Just Money. Second is the 2, Cantucci. Third, number 4, People Are People. And fourth, number 3, Happy Quad. Unofficial race 2 order, 1, 2, 4, 3. Now back to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's second race. Number 1, It's Just Money. It's Just Money is a 5-year-old dark bay or brown gelding by Sky Mesa out of Wings of Paradise, bred here in Ontario by Keith and Rachel McClelland. Jockey Kirk Johnson takes both ends of today's early double. It's Just Money is trained by George Newland for Shanique Johnson. Third lifetime win and third win of the season for It's Just Money, who gets up in time to complete the 6 furlongs in a time of 1:10-1. Congratulations to the connections of It's Just Money. Hold all tickets until race 2 is made official. Race 2 is now official. Prices are up. It's Just Money pays $9.90 to win, $4.40 and $2.60. Second, number 2, Cantucci, $3.80 to place, $2.40. Third, number 4, People Are People, $2.80 to show. $2 exacta, 1-2, 26.40. The $1 try, 1-2-4, 41.95. $1 super, 1-2-4-3, 89.95. And the $2 double, a pair of ones, 42.10. On screen now, the win photo from race 2. And we'd like to say happy birthday, Bob. We love you. Happy birthday, Bob, from all of your friends and family here at Fort Erie Racetrack. Treat your team to an exciting day at the races. It's only $12.39 per person. The track pack includes one food item, one drink, and a Fort Erie live racing program. For more information, go to our website. Race 3 is coming up in 17 minutes. We have an overweight on the number 6 Rolling Rocks, 2 pounds over at 122.
Race 3 kicks off the late pick 4. It's our first turf event on the program at about 7 furlongs. This is for fillies and mares looking for their second lifetime win and claiming fillies and mares in for the $4,000 tag. And I think overall this is a 2-horse race on the paper. You look at the 4 impeccable timing, or you go to the number 7 on the outside and use one of them. And for me, I'm actually going to go to the 4 impeccable timing, who's 3-1 on the morning line. She was trying to roll last time out in a race that, in terms of the pace, there wasn't any. 26-2, 51 to the half there for a 7/8 event on the turf. And she only missed it by 2 1/4. I just think the race flow really hurt her. I think they need to go a little bit faster. They should be going faster. And she's the type that, I know she's typically rolling from more towards the back. She could sit mid-pack in here. And I think that could be the key trip in here. Now, her main rival is going to be the 7 on the outside, Miss Osage, who she was able to roll from the back of the pack and pour it on late. I mean, there was no competition when she graduated last time out. She won by 8.5. Cheyenne Kerr's back aboard here, knows her quite well, and I don't think she faced a tough maiden group last time out, but they're not getting super ambitious. They're going back in for 4. She's facing a realistic group of non-winners of 2 Life, and I don't mind the outside draw for her. I actually think that will work in her favor. Then from here, it's wide open. I think the 5 Always Rosie is the horse to look at. Howard Keene has been dropping a couple of his horses just down a level or 2, and I think it's made a big difference. We've seen that with a couple of his runners recently. I think with her, it's going to make a difference. Kind of looking at some of the turf races, she's just been in for bigger tags in those and just finishing mid-pack in both of them. So looking at some of her better performances, they have been on the turf course here. I think that's going to be key, and in comparison to the other 2, she is going to be better value. So looking for Always Rosie to close out part of the exotics, but looks like it's the 4 impeccable timing or the 7 Miss Osage, and I will go to the 4 here on top. Good luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's third race. Race 3 is a claiming race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races. Going for a claiming price of $4,000, traveling about 7 furlongs over the turf course, competing for a purse of $15,300. Race 3 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, 20-cent pick 3, and 20-cent late pick 4 wagering. Race 3 post parade number 1 is Helena. Howard Newell riding for trainer Howard Keane and owners Ian Ricardo Brown and Evelyn Mercier. Number 2 is Shameless Affair. Melanie Pinto has the call for trainer Mike Blake and owners Ascot Stud, Michael Blake Sr., Norm Files, Sean Brinda, and Amanda Enns. Number 3 is Princess Rosina racing for George Bigliardi. Leo Salas riding for trainer Pat Perante. Number 4 is Impeccable Timing. Juan Crawford rides for trainer Roy Augustino and owner Michael Bellissimo. Six Brothers Stable own the number 5, Always Rosie. Amanda Vandermeersch rides for trainer Howard Keane. Number 6 is Rolling Rocks. Ishmael Mascara pilots for trainer Roy Augustino and owners Leslie Crow and Ron Braley. Completing the field, number 7, Miss Ozige. Cheyenne Kerr rides for trainer Gary Chidobiak and owner Michael Lowry. 2 minutes to post for race 3. We are on the turf to start the late pick 4. Starting gate moving on to the turf course. Not much time left to get your race 3 wagers in. 5-2 favorite, the number 7, Miss Ozige, closely followed at 3-1 by the number 4, Impeccable Timing. 9-2 support on the number 1, Helana, and the 2, Shameless Affair. On the turf for race 3, the late pick 4 starts here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a late vet scratch here in race 3 by order of the commissioned veterinarian. Scratch the number 6, Rolling Rocks. Late scratch of the number 6, Rolling Rocks here in race 3. Win, play, show, exactor, try. Double that began in race 3 and super wagers will be refunded. There'll be a consolation double paid on the double that began in race 2. If you were live to Rolling Rocks in any pick 3, pick 4, or pick 5 wagers, you will inherit the post-time favorite. Once again, that is a late vet scratch of the number 6, Rolling Rocks here in race 3. Field for race 3 is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. Set to begin loading here for today's third race. Down to 6 after the late scratch of Rolling Rocks. We'll be going a circuit of the Fort Erie turf course here. Late pick 4 wager begins here. First in will be Helana with Howard Newell. Gate 2 for Shameless Affair and Melanie Pinto. Princess Rosina and Leo Salas. We're going to load Princess Rosina without the rider. Leo Salas to climb back aboard. Impeccable Timing and Juan Crawford. Always Rosie with Amanda Vandermeersch. Goes up. Last in will be the favorite, Miss Ozige, with Cheyenne Kerr. All set. And they're off. Shameless Affair broke slowly. Impeccable Timing out well from the center with Helana. Princess Rosina splitting them. Deep on the course, Always Rosie trying to take back. Miss Ozige has worked her way to the inside from the outside draw. And the early trailer after the slow beginning is Shameless Affair. Midway round the opening turn, it's Helana being pressed by Princess Rosina. Impeccable Timing is 3 deep under a hold as they turn into the backside, narrowly in front of a rank Princess or Miss Ozige. Then we have Always Rosie, who's managed to work her way down to the 2 path. Shameless Affair is the trailer. 24-1 for the opening quarter. Midway down the backstretch, it is still Helana being pressed by Princess Rosina. Miss Ozige is traveling well on the inside of Impeccable Timing, 2 lengths better than Always Rosie, and on the inside, Shameless Affair is still trailing. They race into the far turn. It's Halana still being hounded by Princess Rosina. Miss Ozige looks loaded, just needs somewhere to go. She's overtaken Impeccable Timing, then Shameless Affair, and Always Rosie at the back. The half was 47 3, less than a quarter of a mile to go. It's Halana. Miss Ozige has got room up the rail and now spurts clear to the lead. Shameless Affair trying to rally from last. It's Miss Ozige quickly opening up 2. It is still Miss Ozige, Halana trying to dig in for second with Princess Rosina, Shameless Affair on the inside and Impeccable Timing, but Miss Ozige much the best again. Miss Ozige and Cheyenne Kerr going to win by 4. It's a photo for place between Princess Rosina and Halana, then Impeccable Timing, 124 4. Unofficial in race 3, the winner is number 7, Miss Ozige. It's a photo for place. Hold all tickets. In the place photo, it's the number 3, Princess Rosina, over the number 1, Halana. Fourth was number 4, Impeccable Timing. Unofficial race 3 order, 7-3-1-4. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's third race, number 7, Miss Ozige. Miss Ozige is a 3-year-old bay filly by Society's chairman out of Retail. Bred here in Ontario by Brian Wright. Ridden to victory today by apprentice Cheyenne Kerr. Miss Ozige is trained by Gary Chidobiak for Michael Lowry. Back-to-back wins over the Fort Erie turf for Miss Ozige. She's an impressive winner once again today, completing the about 7 furlongs in a time of 124 4. Congratulations to the connections of Miss Ozige. Hold all tickets until race 3 is made official. Prices are up. Miss Ozige pays $6.10 to win, $4.10 and $2.80. Second, number 3, Princess Rosina, $5.90 to place, $3.50. Third, number 1, Helena, $2.40 to show. $2 exacta, 7-3, 37.30. The $1 try, 7-3-1, 58.65. $1 super, 7-3-1-4, $95 even. $2 double, 1-7, $35 even. The consolation double with the late scratch number 6 is $8.90. $1 pick 3, $68.90. On screen now, the place photo from race 3. Fort Erie's Track-A-Lantern returns on Monday, October 13th, starting at noon. Kids in costume can trick or treat around the track. Closing day will be Fort Erie's Fan Appreciation Day. That's Tuesday, October 21st. Post time is 12:15. We'll have free programs, prize draws between races, and a mandatory jackpot high five payout. Race 4 changes an overweight on the number 1, Crafty Oaks. The rider will be 1 pound over at 120. 18 minutes to post.
Final pick 3 of the day gets underway here in race number 4. It's a claiming event for Colton Gelding. $6,250 is the claiming price, and we're on the dirt here at 5 furlongs. And it's interesting. I mentioned it's for the boys, but the one Crafty Oaks is going to try the boys. I do think this is actually a pretty good spot for her. And the more I looked at the field, I just am concerned the 4 Grand Ambition is going to sneak away early. And if that's the case, he's certainly on his way to getting his 3rd win of the year for Icon Racing. And for that reason, he's the top pick. His last 2, he's been extremely quick, early, and it hasn't mattered. He's gone 57 and 57 and 2, and he's still been clear several lengths of the rest of the field. And anything close to that, I think, puts him in the winner circle, so he is going to be the top pick. The connections continue to roll at this meet. But the filly, I am a little intrigued by the one Crafty Oaks. Kind of looking at the level of competition she's been in. The Alderson Barn's done tremendous with her. She was such a good claim for 5,000. And she's yet to finish out of the top 3 in 5 starts this year. She was able to win her first start off the layoff, and she hasn't made it back to the winner's circle since then, but it flatters her greatly that Traverse beat her last time out only by half a length. Traverse has won cup races this season, has been very, very strong, and I know she's going to face the boys here, but she's also going to take a drop in class, and I think she could be competitive, especially from the inside. She can have a target or 2 in front of her early and save ground and then make her move. So I think she's a major player regardless of facing her male rivals. And then finally, the number 5, Big Time Louie. He made the lead last time out. I'm still shocked he made the lead in some ways, but it worked out for him. There wasn't a ton of pace on paper. You can see that from the fractions, and he was just much the best. He ended up almost getting a career best by speed figure, just 1 tick below with a 72. It's typically not his running style. I don't think in here there's any way that he makes the lead. I think for him, he needs that speed duel to occur, and then he'll be closing from off of it. But another one, when you talk about consistency, just over the years now, a really consistent horse here where you can kind of go through his past performances and craft a way that you're going to find him in the money. So I will use him here at the bottom. But if the 4 Grand Ambition slips away early, this race could certainly be over.
Field is making their way on track for today's fourth race. Race 4 is a claiming race for 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race in 2025 or which have never won 4 races. We're going for a claiming price of $6,250 down to $6,000. Traveling a distance of 5 furlongs, competing for a purse of $21,150. Race 4 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, and 20-cent pick 3 wagering. Race 4 Post Parade, number 1 is Crafty Oaks. Jeffrey Alderson riding for trainer Tony Alderson and owner Glenn Alderson. Number 2 is Rise My Guy. Kirk Johnson in the saddle for trainer George Newland and owner Lincoln Rodhay. Sue Andrushko owns and trains the number 3 Lulu's Lullaby. The rider is Melanie Pinto. Number 4 is Grand Ambition. Juan Crawford rides for trainer Tony Adamo and owner Icon Racing Stables. Number 5 is Big Time Louie. Leo Salas riding for trainer Roy Augustino and owner Even Stevens Stables. Completing the field, number 6, Forest Flash. Edgar Zenteno riding for owner trainer Ken Albu. 2 minutes to post for race 4, final chance to play a pick 3 on today's card. Starting gate taking position. Last call to get your race 4 wagers in. 4 to 5 on the number 4, Grand Ambition. 3 to 1 support on the number 1, Crafty Oaks. Final pick 3 of the day starts here. They are approaching the starting gate. Race 4 field is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. Even money on Grand Ambition as we begin loading for today's 4th. First up will be Crafty Oaks and Jeffrey Alderson. One of 2 fillies taking on the boys here. Rise My Guy and Kirk Johnson already with 2 wins on the card. Lulu's Lullaby and Melanie Pinto. Grand Ambition looking for his 3rd consecutive win. Juan Crawford aboard. Last out winner, Big Time Louie and Leo Salez. Last up will be Forest Flash and Edgar Zenteno. All set. And they're off. Crafty Oaks out well from the rail with Grand Ambition and Forest Flash ridden along from the outside. Rise My Guy and Big Time Louie share position in 4th, racing 5 lengths better than the early trailer, Lulu's Lullaby. But as they race into the turn, it is Grand Ambition who's burst clear by 3 lengths. Grand Ambition leads the charge as Crafty Oaks takes closer order from 2nd. Rise My Guy is 3rd on the inside, a half length better than Forest Flash. 3 more lengths back to Big Time Louie in 5th and well back to Lulu's Lullaby. They're well strung out as they reach the quarter pole. The opening quarter was a quick 22 seconds flat. That pace being set by Grand Ambition. He's up by 5 at the head of the lane. Rise My Guy is into 2nd past Crafty Oaks. Big Time Louie going to try and rally down the far outside, but Grand Ambition has never been threatened. He's up by 6 and he's drawing away. Grand Ambition going on to another easy score under Juan Crawford. Rise My Guy going to be 2nd. The battles for show, Big Time Louie and Forest Flash over Crafty Oaks, 56-2. Unofficial in race 4, the winner is number 4, Grand Ambition. 2nd is the 2, Rise My Guy. It's a photo for show. Hold all tickets. In the show photo, it's the number 5, Big Time Louie, over the number 6, Forest Flash. Unofficial race 4 order, 4-2-5-6. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's fourth race, number 4, Grand Ambition. Grand Ambition is a 5-year-old bay gelding by Super Speedy out of Miss Ambition. Joe Perrone and Paul Cooper bred the winner here in Ontario. A gate-to-wire score under Juan Crawford. Grand Ambition is trained by Tony Adamo for Icon Racing Stables. 3 consecutive wins for Grand Ambition, his 7th win in 21 career starts. A dominant performance here in race 4, completing the 5 furlongs in a fast 56-2. Congratulations to the connections of Grand Ambition. Hold all tickets until race 4 is made official. Race 4 is now official. Prices are up. Grand Ambition pays $350 to win, $240 and $210. Second, number 2, Rise My Guy, $380 to place, $280. Third, number 5, Big Time Louie, $360 to show. $2 exacta, 4-2, 11.10. The $1 try, 4.25, 20.55. $1 super, 4.256, 75.80. $2 double, 7.4, 9.40. $1 pick 3, 33.55, and the $1 pick 4, $145.95. On screen now, the show photo from race 4. We had a claim out of race 4, the number 1, Crafty Oaks, claimed by owner-trainer Jeff Voice. And we'd like to wish a happy birthday to Haley. Love Nana and Papa. Happy birthday, Haley. Thank you for joining us here at Fort Erie Racetrack. Race 5 is coming up in 20 minutes. There are no changes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the winner of today's non-winning ticket prize draw to announce. Could Scott Koftuck please report to customer service? Once again, that is Scott Koftuck. Congratulations, you have won today's non-winning ticket prize draw. Please head to customer service to collect your prize.
Race 5, we're on the dirt at 6 furlongs. It's a claiming event for Colts and Geldings. $5,000 is the claiming price. And here I was torn between two horses, the one Hicksy on the inside and then all the way on the outside, the 7 Under Surveillance. And going to give the top pick to the 7 Under Surveillance, who tried the dirt for the first time in his most recent outing. And in some ways, maybe he got lucky that was an off track. Looking at his turf form and his running style in some of his races, we typically think that turf horses over a wet track can perform well, and that was the case. He poured it on, he won by 6 1/4, and made things really easy and looked very easy to get his 3rd career victory. And just liked that effort for him. I like that he has some gate speed, that he could get into a good position early on from this outside draw. And with that in mind, I'd give him the edge here. I think there's a similar case to be made, though, with the number 1 in here, Hicksy, who he benefited from an off track last time out. He was able to beat several in here, a horse that liked a wet track and just had form that when you went back to 2024, you knew that he was better than he showed this year. A couple of his starts were against tough types. We saw him on the turf against, Jack the Cat and Cupid's Claw, those sorts of horses. Then prior to that, he had to face Victory March. So it was just his really second start of the year and at a level where he belonged, or a similar level that he belonged. I do think his number stands out last time out, but I do think the wet surface really aided that number. So I don't want to read into the figure, but look at his form last year. He could be very competitive here, and I think for him, it's good that he draws the inside. He's been very good on the inside in the past, and I think that's actually where he's most dangerous. So Hicksy, very curious to see the price he'll be. If he's anywhere near to 5 to 1, I do think that's a gift on this runner. And then finally from here, wide open, several you could use. Brady O'Brady, always consistent. MC Jackhammer, he's been close in his last couple of getting those minors. Dream On Baby, just making that 3rd start on the dirt. All realistic horses to use underneath. I also think the same could be said about the 2 Back to Reality, who is a little interesting, has sat on the bench for quite some time since June 3rd, and a horse that fired a big effort here on opening day, but just we haven't seen enough of this one in kind of comparison to 2024, and he did have a very long campaign in 2024, but I think he's also intriguing. Tony Adamo had him in the past and now opted to go back for him, and seems to be working just fine. I think the most recent Breeze was maintenance. You can see the other one on August 5th, a faster move, and curious to see what the tactics will be. I feel like this horse pretty much has to go, and maybe that will be the tactics in here, but maybe he will be forced to rate early on, and curious to see how the betting board will view him. I think there's kind of 2 ways. You could either love him in here or be a little bit cautious in terms of the fact that he might need a race under his belt, but I'm willing to use him here for a piece. but went to the 7 under surveillance as the top pick over Hixie in terms of the exacta. Good luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's 5th race. Race 5 is a claiming race for 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race in 2025 or which have never won 4 races. We're going for a claiming price of $5,000 down to $4,750. Traveling a distance of 6 furlongs, competing for a purse of $17,550. Race 5 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, and 20-cent superfecta wagering. Race 5 post parade, number 1 is Hixie. Matthew Dennis riding for trainer Joe Humber and owner Hey Ho Stables. Number 2 is Back to Reality. Zerrell Ford rides for trainer Tony Adamo and owner Icon Racing Stables. Number 3 is Brady O'Brady. Deshaun Gaskin riding for trainer Ken Smith and owner Radcliffe Racing Stable. Church Street Stables own the number 4 MC Jackhammer. Juan Crawford rides for trainer Joe Humber. Number 5 is Dream On Baby. Chris Husbands riding for trainer Kevin Buttigieg and owner Kaylee Diaz Sanchez. Number 6 is Blame JD. Leo Salas rides for trainer Nick Malini Jr. and owner Bruno Schickadans. Completing the field, number 7, Under Surveillance. Deshaun Bino riding for trainer Pat County Jr. and owner Ace Racing Stable. 2 minutes to post for race 5. Late double wagering starts here. Field is in the chute as the starting gate takes position. 2-1 favorite, the number 2, Back to Reality. 3-1 on numbers 5, Dream On Baby, and 6, Blame JD. Last chance to get your race 5 wagers in. Late double wagering offered here. Race 5 field is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. Late double wager starts here. First in is Hicksy with Matthew Dennis. Two to one favorite Back to Reality with Zerrell Ford. Brady O'Brady and Deshaun Gaskin. MC Jackhammer and Juan Crawford. Dream On Baby and Chris Husbands. Blame JD and Leo Salas. Last in will be Under Surveillance and Deshaun Bino. All set. And they're off. A good beginning. Brady O'Brady had to steady. Back to Reality is showing speed towards the inside with MC Jackhammer between horses Dream On Baby. Blame JD is wide and now Hicksy slipping up the rail to reach contention. Under Surveillance is racing in sixth and Brady O'Brady can see them all. Just over a half mile to travel. It's Back to Reality and Zerrell Ford up by a length and a half over Hicksy. MC Jackhammer and Dream On Baby share position as they pass the quarter in 22 seconds flat. Blame JD is racing wide towards the back with Brady O'Brady and Under Surveillance. Back to Reality has opened up 3.5 lengths as they race midway round the turn. Hicksy, MC Jackhammer, and Dream On Baby races a stack of 3 next with Blame JD racing in 5th. Brady O'Brady saving ground and Under Surveillance trails. They swing for the drive. It is still Back to Reality on top. Dream On Baby coming down the outside with Blame JD is also coming, but it is still Back to Reality opening up 4 unchallenged as they race down the stretch. Back to Reality well clear. Back to Reality on top. Back to Reality wins by 4. Blame JD up for second over a late charging Brady O'Brady, then Dream On Baby. 110 flat. Unofficial in race 5, the winner is number 2, Back to Reality. Second is the 6, Blame JD. Third, number 3, Brady O'Brady. And fourth, number 5, Dream On Baby. Unofficial race 5 order, 2, 6, 3, 5. Now back to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's 5th race, number 2, Back to Reality. Back to Reality is a 5-year-old bay gelding by Uncaptured out of Fashion Nation, bred in Florida by Rich Averill and Abracadabra Farms. Apprentice Zerrell Ford with the winning ride on Back to Reality. That is back-to-back wins for trainer Tony Adamo and owner Icon Racing Stables. Back to Reality's 2nd win of the year and 5th win in 22 lifetime starts. Gate to wire, 6 furlongs, and a time of 110 flat. Congratulations to the connections of Back to Reality. Hold all tickets until race 5 is made official. Race 5 is now official. Prices are up. Back to Reality pays $5.40 to win, $3.60 and $3.10. Second, number 6, Blame JD, $3.20 to place $3. Third, number 3, Brady O'Brady, $4.60 to show. $2 exacta, 2.6, 19.10. The $1 try, 2.63, 49.35. $1 super, 2.635, 101.05. $2 double, 4.2, 10.50. And the $1 pick 3, 20.25. Be sure to book your table in the Turfside Dining Room, open on live racing days. Reservations are recommended. Head down to the Paddock Shack for burgers, hot dogs, sausages, fries, and poutine, plus beer and soft drinks, located near the walking ring. Race 6 changes. Scratch the also eligibles: 11 Golden Spring, 12 Super Serenade, and 13 Bingo's Grind. 18 minutes to post for race 6.
We round things out here on the turf course in race number 6 at about 7 furlongs. It's a claiming event for non-winners of 3 lifetime, in for a claiming price of $6,250. And it's an interesting group, obviously overfilled. People want to run on the grass as it's getting a little bit later in the season, and just horses that you have to sort of cherry pick their performances. And I think when you look at the 8 Forest Woodsman, you don't really need to cherry pick his turf races. He's been very good in all 3 of them. Most recently was able to pick up that second lifetime win, and loved the trip that he got close to the action early on from Jeff Alderson, and the fact that they won good fractions, but he was able to kick on when he needed to. And I think that sets him up well in here, his running style on the grass. So he'll be the top pick. I think when you look at the horse to his outside, the 9 Star Scholar, he had to settle for second last time out when these horses met on September 1st. And I thought he handled the turf better than he did the dirt. He's just a horse that you look at him, he's 1 for 40 in his lifetime, but he's 20 for 40 in the money. He just shows up, he just can't get it done. And I thought he had a better turn of foot on the grass. He was able to grip the surface a little bit more and carry on, and just a very different trip than Forest Woodsman. So I liked his performance. I'm willing to use him in here, and I think if he's 6-1, he's a very good price. You can't use him as the favorite, I think, in my opinion, just knowing that he doesn't often deliver, but if he's a horse that offers value in here, I think he's a major player. And the same could be said about the 10 DeFogger, who, when you look at his most recent performance, he woke up a little bit in terms of his other races this year. He got his best figure of the year, which wasn't a huge figure, but he did get a 56, and it was a compact field, but he went to the front, and he just got caught last time out by a horse that was heavily favored, and he was the second longest shot on the board in the compact field. And just wondering what Kirk Johnson is going to do with him. I think they're going to try to use him once again. And in terms of the race flow, if that's the case, if they get out there and they're able to just kind of, slow things down a little bit, he could be dangerous. Obviously, he's going to have to compete with Forest Woodsman, but I'm just wondering at this sort of price, is there a chance that he sticks around for a minor share to round up the exotics? And whether you're playing the Try, the Super, or the Jackpot High Five, I think DeFogger's a horse that you seriously have to consider. Who's just gotten a little bit better with each of his starts this year. So very tricky way to end out the Monday program. Good luck.
field is making their way on track for today's sixth and final race. Race 6 is a claiming race for 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3 races. Going for a claiming price of $6,250 down to $6,000. Traveling about 7 furlongs over the turf course, competing for a purse of $21,150. Race 6 offers win, place, show, exactor, 20-cent try, 20-cent super, and 20-cent jackpot high 5 wagering. Race 6 post parade, number 1 is late coming out of the paddock. Number 2 is Royal Quality. Leo Salas will ride for trainer Roy Agostino and owner Michael Bellissimo. Number 3 is Rescue That Girl. Alexis Sanchez riding for trainer Steve Cathcart and owner Candice Warwick. We'll come back to the 4. Number 5 is Storm and Dave. Amanda Vandermeersch rides for owner-trainer Steve Cathcart. On screen now, the number 4, Lon Rose Gamble, racing for Born to Run Racing Stable. Juan Crawford rides for trainer Roy Agostino. Number 6 is Wolf Beach. Cheyenne Kerr riding for trainer George Newland and owner Lincoln Rodhay. Number 7 is John Brown's Screen Legend. Pierre Mailhot riding for trainer Julie Mathis. Jeannie Ryan owns the number 8, Forest Woodsman. Jeffrey Alderson pilots for trainer Danny Wills. Number 9 is Star Scholar. Edgar Zenteno riding. John Sims trains and part owns with Denise Carpenter. Number 10 is Defogger. Kirk Johnson riding for trainer Ken Albu and owner Pier 1 Stables. And on track now, the number 1, Play the Dots. Chris Husbands rides for trainer Josh Robillard and owner Dubraj Pochin. Jackpot high 5 wagering offered here in race 6. We are on the turf for the nightcap. Starting gate taking position as the field crosses onto the turf course. 9-5 favorite is the number 2, Royal Quality. 9-2 support for the number 9, Star Scholar. 5-1 on the number 5, Storm and Dave. Competitive field of 10 to go a circuit of the turf course for the jackpot high 5. Last call to get your wagers in. They'll be heading to post shortly. Race 6 field is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. 9-5 favorite is still the number 2, Royal Quality. First in is Play the Dots, Chris Husbands. A full field of 10 for the nightcap. Royal Quality and Leo Salas at 9-5. Gate 3 for Rescue That Girl and Alexis Sanchez. Last out winner, Lawn Rose Gamble and Juan Crawford. Storm and Dave and Amanda Vandermeersch. Wolf Beach and Cheyenne Kerr. The Gray, Screen Legend and Pierre Mailhot. Steps up. Last out winner, Forrest Woodsman and Jeffrey Alderson. Star Scholar and Edgar Zenteno. Last in will be DeFogger and Kirk Johnson. All set for the nightcap. And they're off. A pretty good beginning. Storm and Dave and now Wolf Beach hustled for speed with Forrest Woodsman and Screen Legend. DeFogger deep on the course. Lawn Rose Gamble is taking back to follow this quartet as Star Scholar looks to save ground. Towards the fence, we have Lawn Rose Gamble, then the outside Rescue That Girl, Royal Quality, and the trailer is Play the Dots. Pretty contested early pace, but as they turn into the backside, the lead belongs to Screen Legend, a half length to Forrest Woodsman. Wolf Beach is in a pocket from third as they pass the quarter in 23 and 3. Star Scholar fourth with DeFogger racing wide. Storm and Dave saves ground. Royal Quality splits horses with Rescue That Girl, Lawn Rose Gamble on the fence, and Play the Dots still at the back, 6 lengths front to back. Midway down the backstretch, the lead still belongs to Screen Legend. Forrest Woodsman is right there from second, now puts the head in front. Star Scholar is into third past Wolf Beach. Storm and Dave under a hold. DeFogger comes under a ride. Royal Quality next. Lawn Rose Gamble on the inside. Rescue That Girl swings to the far outside, and Play the Dots has trailed throughout. The half was 47 flat. It's a duel up front between Forrest Woodsman and Screen Legend. A late rally from Storm and Dave. Star Scholar down the far outside with Rescue That Girl. It's Forrest Woodsman. Late surge from Storm and Dave. Who's coming? Storm and Dave puts the head in front. Storm and Dave and Amanda Vandermeersch going on to win. Storm and Dave by 2. A photo for second between Screen Legend and Forrest Woodsman. Then Rescue That Girl, Lawn Rose Gamble. Late charge from Play the Dots. 124 and 2. Unofficial in race 6, the winner is number 5, Storm and Dave. It's a photo for place. Hold all tickets. In the place photo, it's the number 7 Screen Legend over the number 8 Forest Woodsman. Fourth was the 3 Rescue That Girl. Unofficial race 6 order is 5783. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's 6th race, number 5, Storm and Dave. Storm and Dave is a 5-year-old bay gelding by Get Stormy out of Faro Blanco, bred in Kentucky by Richard Forbush. Ridden to victory today by Amanda Vandermeer, Storm and Dave is owned and trained by Steve Cathcart. Third lifetime win in 30 starts for Storm and Dave, who rallies to complete the about 7 furlongs in a time of 1:24 and 2. Congratulations to the connections of Storm and Dave. Race 6 is now official. Prices are up. Storm and Dave pays $4.90 to win, $3.30 and $2.70. Long shot number 7, Screen Legend, was second, $17.50 to place, $8.90. Third, number 8, Forest Woodsman, $5 to show. $2 exact to 5.7, $74 even. The $1 try, 5.78, $229.90. $1 super, 5.783, $1,977.55. No winning tickets in the high five today. The carryover for tomorrow will be $1,766.51. $2 double, 2.5, $20.90. The $1 pick 3, $18.65. $1 late pick 4, $63.95. And the $1 pick 5 returned $329.40. On screen now, the place photo from race 6. Jackpot High Five carryover for tomorrow will be $1,766.51. Visit our website, FortErieRacing.com, for information about everything going on here at the track. Tune into the pre-race show for info about the track conditions, scratches and changes, handicapping analysis, and info about upcoming races and events. Racing is back tomorrow at Fort Erie. Post time will be 3 o'clock. Fort Erie is proud to partner with Oneida New Holland of Niagara. We'd like to thank them for providing us with a new tractor for maintenance this season. We'd also like to give a big shout out to our new partners at True Green Professional Lawn Care. They've been helping us keep the grass looking green and lush. We're also proud to partner with Downtown Dental Center. Lead dentist and owner Dr. Amika George is at Downtown Dental, where your smile deserves the best. And a shout out to our partners at All-in-One Legal. If you have legal hurdles, you can bet on All-in-One. Tune in to the Fort Erie Race Replay Show, your TV Niagara, Channel 700, Thursdays at 10:30 and Saturdays at 10. And that concludes the Monday action here from Fort Erie Racetrack. We'd like to thank everybody who joined us here today. We're back tomorrow at 3 o'clock with a 7-race card. We hope to see you all back. From all of us here at Fort Erie, enjoy the rest of your Monday evening.